My name is Rudy Ortega Jr. I'm the tribal president of the Fernandeño Tataviam Band of Mission Indians. Historically and in the past, my tribe would use and occupy the lands within Los Angeles County by multiple activities. One, just general living off the land, harvesting, gathering, celebrating life, new birth, and celebrating the life of those who have passed. Within the county of Los Angeles, there are definitely significant areas that the tribe find of importance. The tribe is composed of 3 lineages, and within these 3 lineages come from these villages that we descend from. The Garcia lineage, they go to the area of Tejanga, and my father will also go there. So there's a watering space in that area, and use it for traditional ceremonies, gathering, and just really being with the area and the village. For my lineage, we come from different villages, but one area that's significant to us is Los Encinos, which is the village of Tocanga. It's a state park. It's in the San Fernando Valley, the southern portion of it. We go there because that's where my great-grandmother was born and lived, and she was tribal leader at that time, and where my great-grandfather also was descent from. And then we go up into Santa Clarita Valley into the village of Chaiwananga, which is present-day Magic Mountain, where the tribe continues to work with the developers to ensure the protection of these areas and sites and preserve them. In the city of San Fernando, we have a park that's named after my father. And that park, it's called Rudy Ortega Senior Park, but traditionally it was the village of Pascanga, the place of the water spring. And there's stories behind it, even to my father when he was growing up, always the 1940s and 50s, they will go and gather water from there that was used for their drinking water and cooking water. And into the city capped it and made a well out of it. They didn't go in there any further. Not until 2000, the city decided to make it into a park, which we use heavily. We use it as our tribal meeting space. We use it as our educational space. And also just for gathering at certain occasions. It makes it easy for our tribal people to drive into and easy to walk to. So that's how we use those spaces through the county of Los Angeles. The importance of land acknowledgments and how tribes really voicing that counties and the cities and pretty much settlers, the bottom line, right? To acknowledge the first peoples. And it comes from, in my point of view, and many other tribal people have their own perspectives, but it's a really ancient protocol of tribes. When I would travel from one place to another, visiting another tribal nation, I would give an offering, I would ask permission, and to be on their lands, then that's solely because I'm acknowledging I'm a visitor occupying another tribal nation's territory. And for me, as a traditional singer, a bear dancer, if I traveled, even singing these songs, if I go into Kuya territory, and the protocol among the elders is you had to ask to sing. You just couldn't go in and sing your songs and be invasive. You needed to ask permission from the head singers or the elders or the tribal leaders to ensure that you had that practice and that you're allowed to sing your songs. And that comes along the line with a land acknowledgement. You're asking that no one has access to come on these lands and occupy it and build their homes on what our homes were. And so that's what acknowledging is saying essentially we understand that we're on these ancestral lands of the people. Rather it be Fernandeño, Gabrielino, or Venturino, whoever lands you're occupying, we should acknowledge them and acknowledge the ancestors. And that's a part of healing so that we can build a better communities overall. And that's how I see land acknowledgement. It's just the first stage of repairing and coexisting with one another. I think going through and working relationship with the County of Los Angeles and having their employees and staff members that are there to really understand the tribe and not find that the tribe lives in an historical past time, but live concurrently with everybody today and has the same lifestyles of every Angelino in Los Angeles. So asking the tribes how or when they use these spaces in the county of Los Angeles is vital and important. And to continue having that relationship. So whatever I may say today, how we use the properties or open space or parks, should continue having dialogue with the tribes. Much of the tribes would like to rematriate their lands as much as possible. For my tribe, we had 18,000 acres of property that was entitled to us from 1835 all the way to 1880. And when we lost the properties, to no fault of our own. It was a heavy political injustice time for Native people. And my tribe, along with many tribes in California, went through the same experience. So really engaging is the biggest thing. Talking to the tribal leaders, the tribal community, to really address what the tribes need at the moment. Sometimes the land is great, but more than anything else, the county should also look at how do they work with tribes financially, fiduciary, what type of grants, programs. And we've learned that through the experience of COVID, where tribes weren't, as a non-recognized tribe, weren't being heard or viewed as far as communities to be addressing these certain issues and concerns. So that's how I think the county of Los Angeles should be working with tribes, is the intimate relationship and understanding their needs currently and their needs for the future.